Setup.
Hi everyone. So we thought it would be useful to create a short video regarding how to use the playtesting materials that we have available to you on Blackboard, but also show you how to employ them for use online via Discord. So in this video, we will introduce each piece of the playtesting materials and explain how they are used via a quick demonstration. For your reference, these playtesting materials are, in order of use, the Playtesting Questionnaire, the Playtesting Script, the Playtesting Survey, and finally the Playtesting Findings document. All of these documents are available online on Blackboard under Assignment 3. Now, you have the option to use these materials as is, either face-to-face or online, or even convert them to an online format, for example Google Forms, like Nicoletta has done for this video. So we will leave that up to you. Just know that they can be used in this manner as well, as they all get converted into a document compatible for your final submission anyways. So if you are conducting playtesting face-to-face, such as in class, you don't need to change much of the document at all. However, if you are running playtesting via Discord, which you are allowed to do, you will need to have your playtester share their screen so you can see what they are doing. A strong, solid connection for everyone is recommended here, and if that is not possible, we do not recommend playtesting online with said individual. So you might need to do some tests pre-playtesting. So the following is from the playtester's perspective, with the person running the playtest giving them instructions on how to share the screen.
So during this playtest, I'd really appreciate it if you could share your screen. Simply, all you have to do is on Discord, you'll see below the voice connected, click share screen, and then actually don't share the application, share the full screen so I can see not only when you're doing the survey, but also when you're playing the game as well.
So before we get started, let's talk about the playtesting setup once again. It is recommended that you use 3 people to conduct playtesting in your team. You will need one person to verbally communicate to the playtester and run the show, another person to take notes, and another person simply logging events chronologically. This means you have 3 people from your team observing the playtester doing these specific roles. We will talk about these roles as well in this video. So when everything is set up and ready to go, including your 3 team members, you should now utilize the first playtesting material. That is the Playtesting Questionnaire. The questionnaire is mostly to collect demographic-based information from your playtester, such as their contact, name, preference of games, their experience, that kind of thing. So you should tweak this questionnaire based on the kinds of information you wish to collect that you think will be relevant to the playtesting of your game. For example, if your game is focused more on a hardcore puzzle-solving enthusiast, then you should have questions relating to that and their experience with said genres.
Sweet. So I can see that you've already opened up the reading file. So in there, I just had you link to the Google form that I made for you to fill out. So I just want you to fill out this first page, and then we can get started.
After this, you should introduce the player to playtesting by reading them the playtesting script in a formal manner. This script introduces the playtester officially to the playtesting phase, done in a semi-professional and serious manner.
Do you have a script I have to say to you? And this is just a generic script that I say to everybody who's agreed to playtest. So if you'll bear with me for a few minutes, I'll really appreciate it. So I have some test instructions to read to you. You're one of several people who will be helping us out on this test. And since it's important that I cover all the same points with each person, I'll read through this so I'm sure I present everything to everyone in the exact same way.
And also, it introduces a simple activity for them to engage successfully in talking out loud. Talking out loud is important for the playtester to perform, as it will provide the backbone of a large amount of your playtesters' feedback, so ensuring they can do it appropriately is necessary.
Since thinking aloud is often unusual for people to do, I'd like you to practice thinking aloud. I'd like you to tell me how many windows there are in the place that you live in, but to do it thinking aloud while you're trying to work out this number.
Okay, well, I live in an apartment. It's a two-person apartment, as in there are two bedrooms. So there's at least two windows there, if we're calling that whole section in my apartment a window. I'm going to do that. There's also the lounge room, which has a big window section. The kitchen has a small window, and both the bathroom and the toilet have windows. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows in total in my apartment.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that.
After this, you move on to playtesting proper. During this phase, the playtester should constantly be talking out loud. Okay, so I start talking now?
Yes.
Alright, so I have launched a game. It's called Not Avania. I have two options at a main menu. I'm going to go with Start. I'm going to press the WASD keys first. That seems to work. Also, the arrow keys work, so I'm going to go with WASD. I'm going to click on Start. That's not doing anything, so therefore I'll press Enter on the keyboard. That seems to work with an animation as well. Stage 1 it appears to be in. WASD works fine. I'm going to assume pressing spacebar to jump. That does work correctly. I feel like I should be able to attack, so I'm going to... E seems to be the button for that, which is useful. Ah, geez, that skeleton has 2 hit points, not 1. However, if they were to stop talking at any point for an extended period of time, the playtesting leader should prompt them to continue talking in some manner using something like a question that, while potentially vague, should help the talk out loud process along. Something like, "So what do you think you should do in this part?" would be appropriate if the playtester is stuck. Style game for sure, regarding its visuals. I like the scrolling background as well. I'm just going to go onto that. That one can go away. Ah, shit! I died because I decided to turn around mid-air, which is definitely not something you should do in these kind of games. Now, during this time, you should also have the other 2 people from your team doing one of 2 things. Either taking general notes and observations of the playtester, for example, they could not jump over the second puzzle, as well as making some general time-specific logs. For example, they encountered the first boss at 1 minute 35. Now, technically this could be done by one person if they are incredibly adept at it, but we still recommend splitting this role for your playtesting for this assignment. In future assignments, maybe you could combine the 2. After the actual playtesting of gameplay is completed, hopefully with more success than my example, you should then introduce the playtester to the survey. The survey contains questions specific to elements within your game. This questionnaire should therefore be tailored around features, elements, and encounters in your game proper, using scales or open-ended questions as you deem fit.
Playtest done. So what I'll do is I'll get you to close the game suite and go back to that survey and start finishing and filling it out.
Notice the difference between this and the questionnaire mentioned early on. They are separate materials that should both be used pre and post gameplay playtesting. After they complete the survey, the playtesting is complete. However, there is one more document to consider. Taking the notes collected from your other 2 teammates, you should start filling out the final playtesting document, that being the Playtesting Findings document. Now, this is an important document as it will allow you to accurately gather and process some of the most important playtesting data necessary for your playtesting report, which is what you are submitting for Part B of the assignment. So we have partially filled it with some example data to give you an example of the level of depth and description you should provide here. Take that out when you are actually filling out this document, as obviously some of it's not going to be relevant to your game. Finally, and most importantly, all of these documents and their uses by playtesters should be included in the various appendices for the assignment. And when we say all, we mean all in its raw, unmodified format. So do not forget this part of the document, as it forms essentially the evidence of playtesting necessary for undertaking the assignment overall. And that's the playtesting process. It's pretty straightforward, but if you have any additional questions, please ask your tutors during workshops. And good luck. Let's go again. I am not good at not taking damage from those things. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, that might be enough, Nico.
Okay.